Well, well, well. We're back in the closet.
Yes.
How is it hanging?
How's it hanging? I don't know. How's it hanging? It's hanging.
Cool.
I haven't seen you all day, so.
No.
Well, except for when you just came in and we just started tag teaming the chores and cooking and everything like that.
Yes.
But we're a good team.
We crushed it.
We did.
Crushed it.
All
and
before
it's only
7:30.
7:30.
I know.
Crazy.
I know. Anyway.
Can podcast for a minute? Have we talked? And this is not a topic.
Oh boy.
And it won't last long.
That's what she said.
But have I expressed, I don't know if I expressed on this podcast, my irritation with the fax machine.
The fax machine, I think we may have talked about the fax machine and your irritation with it, I do believe.
Okay. Then I
Did you
won't
have
go
a
there
fax
again.
again today?
I get faxes from certain people. And
Do
I
they-
love the people.
Do they page you first? I'm just kidding.
They might. I give out my pager number. It's on my signature
Why do we
line.
still use fax machines?
I don't know, but that's what I said to one person the other day. I said, "Hey, you guys not have a scanner?" And he's like, "Yeah, we got a scanner. Would you rather me scan it and send it?"
Duh.
I was like, "Well, here's the deal. You fax it to me. I get it. I have to scan it and then attach it to
That
my
is just
system
crazy.
and then send it out. So if you go ahead and scan it, if it's not too hard, plus you can read it better. I mean, the fax machine's so old school.
I don't understand.
It's time to get rid of the fax. It's time to force people, push them off the cliff. They're gonna. You can scan things on your phone. That's what I'm telling people. I'm like, okay, so you don't have a fax machine? You have an iPhone.
Right.
You can scan it on there. But now here's the other problem. So they scanned it and sent it to me, and it's like a 6-page document.
Mm-hmm.
It's 19 megabytes.
I don't even. You're speaking a different
That's
language.
huge. It should be like 300 kilobytes, which is.
How do you know all this stuff? How do you know megabytes and Who are you?
How could I not know it? I work with a computer.
Just because you
You
work with a
can't
computer.
send them big. Like if you have something that's 5 or 6 megabytes, you can hardly send it. You have to send them all in different.
Well, maybe I'm just
So now I'm
stupid.
going to have to go a step further, and I'm going to have to print that off. I'm going to have to scan it because my settings are okay on my scanner to shrink it down. And then, or I'm going to have to use small PDF, which they don't sponsor this podcast, but small PDF you can install right to your desktop. And you can not only shrink your PDFs, you can also, I guess, open them in Word or whatever else you need to open them in. And that's not how they would have written it down, but they didn't give me a script. They're not going to pay me, so I'll sell it how I want to. It's okay. It doesn't always get as small as you want, but they do a pretty good job most of the time.
I have a dirty mind or something. I'm so sorry that you couldn't shrinky dink your PDF down in order to do what you want to do with it, okay?
Well, you know what? I don't want to conserve space.
Here's my question to you. Why don't you have someone that does this for you? I mean, why are you doing all this work for yourself?
Because I earn my keep.
You earn your keep. You need a assistant. Are you guys hiring? I could be your assistant. I've been one before.
Yeah, I'll give you an interview later.
I bet.
See how well you can do.
I bet I can't shrinky dink your PDF either. Oh
No,
my
I bet you
gosh.
can't.
Anyway, I'm really sorry you're upset with the faxes.
No,
get
it's
it.
fine.
I get it.
Sorry. A little vent about the fax machine. So anybody out there in love with their fax machine that they just purchased. If you just purchased a fax machine,
I don't
like in the last, let's say 6 years, what's going on? Because you can get a scanner.
I don't know. I'm really sorry.
But there are some places that are just like, no, can you fax it to me? And I'm like, Well,
No, I would just say no. I cannot. I can't.
how about I send it to you?
How
How about
about-
I print a 50-cent stamp? Stamps are 50 cents now.
Listen, how about you just send a raven on over?
Send a raven.
Send a raven,
It'll be there in a few days.
like they do back in the
Yeah.
day.
I'm gonna roll this thing up. After I get my pen and my little ink bowl and my feather on the end of my pen, and I doing some really nice art.
Calligraphy?
Calligraphy is what it is.
Calligraphy. I feel like you could do calligraphy.
I could on my computer.
No,
They
I
have
mean
different fonts.
handwrite calligraphy.
Calligraphy.
Anyway.
Calligraphy. So as interesting as this has been so
I know,
far,
right? Fax machines, eh?
we can move on to more interesting things.
Which would be what? My brain is like gone. I can't think of really anything, to be honest. Except for the guy today in the gym who was complaining because it was hot in there. Anything you can do about the air in here? I said, the air? No. He goes, well, can you turn the heat down? I said, the heat's set on 68. He goes, well, it's hot in here. I said, I know. It's 74 degrees in here. It feels pretty good. He was like, well, can you turn the air on? I said, no, it's February. I can't turn the air on, and I won't turn the air on. It's February. I don't care how hot it gets outside. You're in a flipping gym, buddy.
You're not supposed to be comfortable.
You're not supposed to be comfortable. You're supposed to sweat a little bit,
You're
right?
supposed to be uncomfortable.
You're supposed to sweat
That's
a
what it's
little
about.
bit. As long as there's air circulating, you'll be fine. Sweat. It'll do you good. It makes me so angry when people are like, it's hot in the gym. Okay, and your point? Freaking...
Hey, calm down.
I-
Let's just
look,
take a
look
deep
at my shirt.
breath.
I sweat
okay?
today. I sweated so bad
Wow,
today
you stained your shirt
that
with
I
like
stained my shirt. I have on a pink sports bra, a hot pink sports bra still, and I sweat so bad that it stained my shirt pink. But did you hear me bitching? No.
I hear you bitching now.
Well, I'm complaining about someone else. I'm sorry.
Hey, how about it?
But do you agree? I mean, you should be a little bit hot in the gym, right? If it were up to me, there would be no air conditioning in the gym.
I listen. Here's what I say. Let it be hot, and I will allow fans to get a breeze going.
Yeah, fans are fine.
Right?
The fans are
So
fine.
you don't pass out.
But this guy complaining about being hot in February in the gym's got to...
Well, some people are there to be comfortable.
Just like the people who complain about the TVs not working on that treadmills. Look, well, okay, I kind of can get it to an extent because sometimes there's elderly that only
Yeah,
can
and they're
walk.
they're doing
I
something
get
good.
that.
They're getting
I
their
get
steps
that. I
in.
get that. I get
you
that.
know?
I get that. I get that. I'm not knocking that at all. But if you're not elderly and you're physically capable and you're able to watch TV while you're on the treadmill, what are you doing? Why are you wasting your time? Why are you wasting your time? You know what my topic was today on my social media? Quiz time.
I
Jeff,
loved it. It inspired me.
You didn't.
I've got to watch
it.
the video though. Still,
Then how did it inspire you if you didn't watch the
I
video?
just saw what you wrote on there.
What did I write? What are you talking about?
You said, "See, you said a phrase about do something today that makes you uncomfortable, or something that's uncomfortable today,
Right.
that you don't like or you're not good at, or something." And then you said, "Check out my IG story later." I just remembered that though. I saw that before it went up, and that's the thing. You say it before it goes up, and then I have no reminder that it's up.
I didn't say anything about it being. I just put it up a minute ago. Well,
Oh,
you'll have
you
to
just put it up.
I put the video.
See, now
up.
you need
That's
to do
the
a
video
reminder
that I was.
so people
I
will be like-
did. Where are you?
Well, I'm right here with you.
I did a reminder video.
Okay, see, I haven't seen that video either, so
Well,
I
I
take
struggled
back
with the
my
video
critique.
today because we could just talk about it for a second, and then you probably won't even need to watch the video necessarily. But I was thinking today this morning about strengths and weaknesses that we have, and we all have strengths, and that's very well and good and great. And you should be proud of it, right? You should be proud of your strengths.
You should be proud of your strengths.
But why do we ignore our weaknesses? Why do you think that people ignore their weaknesses?
Well, because you're insecure and you don't want to admit it. You don't want to admit you have weaknesses, and we're brought up the wrong way.
That's what I'm saying. We're brought up to
To run from our weaknesses.
well, not even to run from them, but to just, you don't have weaknesses. Your weaknesses don't drive you. Your strengths drive you. So why don't you
No.
go practice your strengths some more? That's bullcrap.
We've talked
If you-
about that.
Yeah,
Focus
if you-
on your weakness.
if
People
you-
say, "Oh, just put all your energy in your strength." No.
But that's just going to set you up to be average.
That's right.
Who wants to be average? So if I ignored my weaknesses back in the day, I wouldn't be anywhere near where I am today, because everything that I am today was once my weakness.
Like your chest.
Huh?
Your chest workout, like you were talking about the other day.
Oh,
now
I
you're
thought
like
you meant my literal chest. Like
no,
my boobies.
no. Sorry.
I was like,
No, but you were talking about how you used to hate chest day and you were weak and you didn't, and like now
Yes.
you beast out chest day twice a week.
right. That was my weakness. I was like, I don't want to do chest day. I'm not strong in that area. I'm not going to do it. Well, when I started doing it and I did it, I realized it was a weakness, and I started doing it twice a week. My whole upper body changed because of it. So yeah, there's nowhere, I would not be anywhere near where I am now if I would shut out my weaknesses and only focus on your strengths. If you only focus on your strengths, I'm not saying don't be proud of your strengths. I'm not saying that. But if you
Improve 'em,
only
yeah.
focus and work on your strengths, you're going to get nowhere. You're going to be mediocre, average for the rest of your life. You will not untap any type of potential that you have if you don't work on your weaknesses. Period. That's what opens up the Pandora's box of your potential, is when you work on weaknesses. So you need to face them. You need to write
you
them
need to
down and
fail.
work on them. Yeah,
You
and
need
fail.
you need to push
people are
yourself
like,
in areas
"Oh."
and you need to mess up.
People are like, "Oh, you don't fail if you try." Well, I mean, it's good.
No.
You do.
You do
though.
fail if you try.
You do.
don't fail. My thing is, I've always said, like people that take, let's say, the insurance exam.
Oh, because that's such a fun example.
Okay, let's say it's the ACE exam. I told you that before you passed it. Fortunately, your first time. But what'd you say? If you failed it, you feel like a failure. You're studying. You didn't. No. If you have to take it 4 or 5 times, if your passion and your goal is to be a personal trainer, and you got to get through this test to get there, you fail when you give up.
Right.
If you have to take it 3 times to pass it, you've succeeded.
Right. Even though you failed the test. I mean, you did fail.
But you got better
failed.
every time.
Right,
You
but
reached your goal.
Here's the thing I get annoyed by. People are like, well, you didn't really fail because you tried again. Yes, I understand that. But I failed the test. Like, I can accept that. And that's what people try to
You have
protect
to.
people from. The word fail is so negative to people. And it's not necessarily negative to me unless you dwell on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I wouldn't have passed the test, I don't need to be protected by saying, well, you didn't really fail because you're going to go take it again. No, people, I failed the freaking test. I'm going to go take it again.
And if you don't
And I'll eventually
open your
pass it,
eyes
but
to it, then you won't prepare for it better
it's-
the next time either.
It's just coddling, and it's just crazy. And it's sad that people don't focus on, because like I use the example of, we scroll through Facebook or Instagram, and we look at people and we say, oh, I wish I could do that. Oh, I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that.
Do it.
Exactly. Why are you not doing it? Is it because it is a weakness of yours right now? Is it because it's going to hurt? Is it because it's going to suck in the process? Is it because it's going to take more than a week, more than a month, more than a year, and you're not patient and you want it now because we live in a society where everything has to happen right now? And if it doesn't happen right now, then forget it. I don't have the time for it.
Right.
No, you don't have the priority for it. You have the time for it. You just don't have the priority and the patience and the persistence and the consistency and the dedication to do it. Point blank, period. That's why it's just instantaneous. We live in a microwave society. I use the microwave, yes I do, but I'm just saying everything has to be fast and now. And it's you won't grow, you won't get stronger, you won't get more confident if you don't acknowledge your weaknesses and conquer them.
You can't get stronger unless you fail and you come back and you fight it. And you hear that from all the honest, successful people.
Right.
They fail. That's what I listen to, and I know we've heard enough about them the last few weeks, but I listened to an interview before the Super Bowl of Tom Brady, and that's what he said. He said, I don't want to hear people tell me I'm the greatest. I don't want to hear people tell me I'm the GOAT. I don't want to hear people
yes,
tell
he does.
He said, I want motivation. That does nothing for me. It does nothing for me. It does not get me any results. I've got to get in the gym and I got to get out there and I've got to kill myself and I've got to listen and that's what the greats do. Jordan, he never said I'm the greatest.
Right.
He never said because he had to get motivated to give everything he had that night on the 63rd game of the year in Memphis.
Right.
In his 8th season. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he had to somehow get up for that. And you don't get up for that walking around saying, I'm the greatest.
No.
You have to have challenges. You have to have something that'll push you. And you have to try new things. Even those guys try new things. And they fail at them until they get better. And it's just repetition. And it's confidence that you'll overcome it and you'll get there.
Right. It takes time. It takes time. And people don't want to wait.
It takes a ton of time.
People don't want to wait.
No.
They want to be good at it. And they want to be good at it right now.
And that reminds me, like you've said similar things in a guy, what's his name? Old Navy SEAL, Jocko Willis, he says that his thing is good. That's all he says. Anytime somebody says something, I got injured, he goes, good.
Yeah.
Good. Then that gives you something to work on.
Right.
Then you get you know what I mean?
Right.
You didn't get the promotion? Good.
Yeah.
Everything bad that happens, he says, good, because something good can come out of it. You need to get better either in that area. You need to get stronger in another area so you can succeed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just.
But everybody just wants to jump in and do it, and it's.
Well, and that's the mentality.
You know.
That's what we're kind of bred. We're brought up thinking, you know what, you can do anything you set your mind to. Well, no, you got to do more than just set your mind to it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And you grow up thinking, I'm going to be successful. I'm going to be great at things. I'm going to be great at this if I want to do it. But good Lord, you got to go through the suck.
Well, you have to have a plan too. You can't just say, well, I put my mind to it, so therefore I'm going to do it. No, you have to have a plan. How are you going to get there? I mean, and another thing that I said, you write your weaknesses down and then make a plan of how you're going to overcome them. You can't just write them down and be like, okay, well, I'm waiting.
And I think we've said that before. You need to write down your weaknesses because it's like Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. Mm-hmm. And you're going to get punched in the face if you're going after a goal. You're going to be like, okay, here's how I'm going to get there. And You're going to get to step 6 and you're going to have something happen that's going to give you every reason to quit moving.
Right. But that's what makes people great and makes people go back to average. The people who are great will be up against that wall, will be up against that hurdle, will hit that plateau or whatever, and they will refocus and re-strategize and go at it at a different angle and finally conquer it. Those who are just average and mediocre will just be like, well, I tried it.
Yeah, I think that has to do with not just physical goals or career goals, but also, relationship goals.
Yeah.
You might go through some times where you don't have any feelings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where
Right.
it's just a bad section of life for that area, And
right. You can't just quit.
You can't just quit.
The successful relationships move on and talk about it and fight through it. And
I think people don't talk about things either. They don't confide in people. They don't have anybody to be held accountable to.
Right.
Like in relationships, they've already justified why they're done before they ever figure out how to fix it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying everybody. I'm just saying and it's because you feed yourself that and you don't want to talk to people about it. And then by the time that you do, you're done trying to fix it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think that's where people, and they just give up because they've decided it's not worth fighting the battle.
Right. It's easier to give up sometimes than to work through it. And a lot of it, if you get down into it, is probably because of some sort of weakness that they don't want to face and they don't want to try to fix because it's going to be hard to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we run from it. And that's why we're taught, no, you don't have weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? You're fine the way you are. You may be, but you can be better.
No, you can be better.
You can always be better. And that's the thing. You should never be satisfied. I've said it before. I don't ever really, I'm never satisfied with anything in my life. And it's not that I'm not happy with it. It's not that I don't love my life, but no, I'm not satisfied. When I'm satisfied, it's over. When I'm
Yeah.
satisfied, it's over.
There's no finish line.
There is no finish. And that's actually, it's funny you said that, because I'll even show you in my notes. That's this thing I was going to talk about tomorrow is like, what is your mindset of fitness? Do you think there's a time limit? And that's fitness related, because that's what I do. But like, and I even said there is no finish line in fitness. I mean, I said
That's-
it right
yeah,
here.
We're right on the same page.
Yeah, we're totally.
There
on the
is no
same
finish
page.
line. If you have the mentality that you're aiming for a time frame, like, oh, I'm going to get ready for bikini season,
Right.
you're sabotaging
That's.
yourself.
I mean, that's getting ready for bikini season is a good.
Well, that's a pit
It's
stop,
a
right?
good. Well, it's a good extrinsic motivator. Okay, so you want to drop some pounds in order to get ready for beach season. I used this last week. That's fine. That's a great extrinsic motivator. Okay, because it gives you a timeline. But then what?
Can you explain eccentric? No, you didn't say eccentric. I'm thinking eccentric. You said
Extrinsic.
extrinsic.
Yeah, extrinsic motivation. It's a motivation that comes from the outside. So it's like getting ready for bikini season. Or it's like saying, I have to lose this weight because I got to get a healthy weight so I can have this surgery.
Gotcha.
Or something like that.
So it's kind of temporary.
Or
It's kind of
it's-
there's a circumstance from the outside that's making you do it that you generally
Right, that's
aren't
gonna-
motivated from.
That's going to go away. Because what happens when, okay, you got ready for bikini season and you rocked that.
You got the pictures on Facebook.
Rocked that, you posted it, you hashtagged it, and now it's over. So now what? If you're not intrinsically motivated from within inside, that you're doing it for you and you're doing it because it makes you feel good and because you want to do it and because you like the feeling that you get from it, all about you, when that event is over, when the beach trip's over, you're going to go right back. If you're intrinsically motivated, then yeah, you lost some body fat for the beach, but you're so motivated intrinsically that you're going to keep going with no problem.
Intrinsic motivation when it comes to this, to fitness, I think, if you want to use the bikini season in the beach, it's when you're intrinsically whatever
Motivated, yes.
from the inside, intrinsically, then you're that person. You can't stand to miss a day when you're at the beach on vacation. You got to get to the gym
Exactly.
because it gives you life. Like
Because-
it gives you something
Yes.
you can't get anywhere else.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean because it always feels good,
Right.
but it's just something that's ingrained in you that overall does something really good for you.
Right.
It makes you feel better. I always feel better. I hate when, you go today and I did not want to do the freaking ropes. I just was when I walked in, I was like, you get that voice in your head and you go, and I know people do it all the time, and it's that voice I'm trying to fight in everything, like at work and everywhere, because it's a demotivator. And you're like, I've worked out every day this week, which is only Tuesday.
I was like, good job. You worked out Monday.
But anyway, you go in and you're like, you know what? Super Bowl, I was up late. I'm like struggling. I got up early this morning. I'm just going to get me a smooth little pull workout in. I'm just going to do my biceps and back. I'm not going to do anything in between. I'm just going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I catch myself thinking that way. And I told myself this year I'm not going to do that. And I was like, nah, man, now you're going to have to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Now you're going to have to hurt yourself.
Right.
So instead of doing jump rope, which is kind of soft, I did
Yeah.
the stupid freaking ropes.
Right.
And talk about getting your heart rate up,
Oh, I do.
But I'm saying, like, that's the thing. You go in and you're there to hurt. But man, when I left,
Right.
I felt so good. And I don't mean I felt good like, oh, I'm glad I did that.
Right.
I physically felt
No, you
good.
physically felt good. But you were intrinsically motivated with that. You didn't have to have somebody saying in your ear, Jeff, do it for this, do it for that. You did it because you needed to, and you promised yourself that you were going to do it. And that's what people have to get to. They have to get to that point. Because
It doesn't
until you
hurt
get to
that you
point,
work there, though,
you're
and
gonna-
there's cameras.
But until you get to that point, you're gonna jump from external motivator to external motivator, and you're gonna run out of them, and then you're gonna just be, it's gonna be a bad case. It's gonna be a real bad case.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get off track.
No, I
on
love talking about this
motivation and your weaknesses, but I just think that there's a negative connotation on, oh, don't focus on your weaknesses. We tell our kids, oh, don't worry about what you can't do. Think of what you can. I'm not saying it's not good to motivate your kids and say, you are so good at this, or you're so... That's not what
No,
I'm saying.
positive reinforcement
Absolutely.
is huge.
100%.
for
And
a
I'm not
kid.
saying to
You should
negatively
do it.
point out their weaknesses. I'm not saying that at all.
But you should encourage them
But-
to embrace when they do fail.
Right. And to learn from it and to realize that, you know, if your kid has a weakness of, I don't know.
It could be playing a sport and they're discouraged because they're not as good as the other kids because it's their first year,
Maybe
you know?
they can't do a layup properly. Okay, well, so you can't do a layup properly. So now what? But you're a great foul shotter. Let's do something else. Layup and what's another kind of shot? A 3-point shot. Okay, so maybe you're a great 3-point shot. So you can't just say only do 3 points. No. That's a mediocre average player. If you can only do 3-point shots and you can't do layups, you can't. That's not good. You have to be able to do it all. So if you know your weakness is a layup, then I'm thinking we do layups. We perfect the layup. That's the thing about basketball and the foul shots. And I say it every time I watch freaking basketball. There's no excuse for anybody in the NBA to have any lower of a percentage foul shot average than, I don't know, 80% or higher. If you have any lower than 80%, your ass shouldn't be getting paid. You can't make a free throw. You can't make a foul shot. So what we're going to do is we're going to do nothing but foul shots because that's obviously your weakness. You need to focus on it and perfect it. Yes, you're going to miss a time or two. But, buddy, they better be trembling when you get up to that foul shot line. The fans are like, put your stuff down. It doesn't matter what you're waving in his face. He's going to make it. You know what I'm saying? Good thing I'm not a basketball coach.
Yeah.
Because I'm serious. I'd have his butt on that foul shot line. Everybody else will be running, be running screens and stuff. Is that good? Like plays, they'll be running like screens. Don't you?
They'll be eating ice cream cones and they'll be high-fiving.
You're not listening. They'll be on the other end of the court doing their thing, playing skins and shirts and stuff.
You would like that.
But you, Mr. I can't make a free throw, a foul shot.
You're going to be over here shooting 400 free
You're
throws.
going to be sitting here until your arm's going to fall off. You're going to be numb. And then maybe you won't miss as many.
You can tell you're a personal trainer. But see, that goes along with the thing, right? That goes along with the podcast. That's your weakness. So what are we going to do?
Saying.
What are we going to do? We're going to focus on getting better at your weakness.
We're not going to let you go over there. We know you can shoot 3-pointers all day long.
Well,
we know you can drain
switch
the
this
three.
around because it's harder to shoot a 3 than a layup.
Okay, but I'm just saying, whatever. I'm not saying layup anymore. I'm saying a freaking foul
now you're
shot.
because that happens.
I'm talking the foul shot, the
right.
Free throws. What are they actually called?
Free throws.
Free throws. They're free. You toss it up there, idiot. We pay you to do this. A 3-pointer we know you can do. Fine. You can drain threes all night. Great. Why are we going to focus on that?
I've explained this to you. It's a mental thing.
Because
a 3-pointer is a rhythm shot. You're in rhythm.
Well, then you better learn your free throw rhythm, buddy.
And that's why you got to get a pattern down when you do. You got to get a routine at the free throw line.
Well, get a routine. Do what you got to do because those they count. Because when you lose by 1 and you didn't make a free throw, I'm mad at you.
Okay, well, we
might not have been that exact shot.
You're going to have an aneurysm or a heart attack or something. Take a deep breath.
It just, it gets under my skin.
It does. It bothers you a
little bit. And March Madness is upon us. And if I'm having to watch March Madness and I'm having to make this stupid bracket and my team playing, they're missing their free throws, it ain't going to be pretty. I'm going to be a little bit heated.
Really?
Do you not agree?
I do agree, but I choose to live a longer life because I can't control that.
Oh, shut up. You were just heated over a fax machine. You were just heated over a freaking fax machine.
No, you've watched me walk around when guys are shooting, and I'm watching my team, and I'm like, oh, we can win, and somebody's at the free throw line, or they miss a layup.
Yeah,
or something.
And you know what you do? I have to be like, Jeff, watch your mouth, watch it. Shh. The kids are stop cussing because you get so frustrated. Who's the one pacing the floor when their fantasy football team is playing, and your fantasy football players are playing, and they're not doing good?
That's me.
Okay, so
that's just how champions are.
Maybe I feel passionate about.
I'm glad I've rubbed off on you.
I'm not saying I can make one. I'm a horrible shot. We've established this. I don't play basketball, but I'm acknowledging that, and it may be a weakness, but I don't need to work on it because I'm not interested in it. If I wanted to, I would, but I have no desire to play basketball. except for when I shoot things into the trash can at work.
Yeah.
Chaz is
You
always
would-
like, Kobe!
Oh, boy. That
I
makes me
miss-
think of Chappelle.
I miss a lot of it. I miss it. I'm not very good. But anyway, I'm not getting paid millions of dollars to do it, which is another thing that drives me crazy.
We're not going to go there. We're out of time. We'll
We better
carry
not.
that over to
What's my heart
another.
rate?
Yeah, what is your heart rate?
I mean, but I think that's crazy that they get paid that much, but to play a sport. But
It's the way it goes.
that's it. No, it's not. It was because we let it.
No, it's the way it goes because it's entertainment, and people pay for entertainment, and they create the entertainment, so they get paid. That's how it works. There's millions of dollars brought in because of them, and they get a piece of it. Just like if
It's so
in
messed
my
up.
company a bunch of money comes in, I'm going to get more of a piece of it. And if the
I
owners are billionaires, they need to pass it now.
But you're thinking way too deep into this. I'm thinking surface level is frustrating that
Sure.
people who are just playing basketball or football or baseball are getting paid so much money to play something, and people are out there killing it in society and hardly getting paid anything. Something's wrong with this picture for me. I'm just saying.
Something is wrong with the picture.
It is, and it bothers me greatly. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Because you're looking at me like I need to be quiet.
No, this is fun.
I can hear it in your
This
voice.
is fun.
See how your voice goes up? When the voice goes up like that, they're lying.
No, I'm good. We can get into it.
If your significant other is like, yeah, it's fine, and their voice goes up like that, they're lying to you. I promise. I mean, that's just my
That's
philosophy.
good advice.
It is.
It's
I mean,
good
for the
advice.
most part.
I think it's a good tell.
I mean, I guess not 100% accurate. But I'm
No,
just saying,
no, you could just, yeah,
You know what I mean?
I do.
Okay. Anyway, that's just my point. I don't think they should get paid that much. Like, that's actually, I feel like it's kind of sinful, but that's just my point.
Yeah,
It's,
I hear you.
It's really sad. And there's people starving and
it is sad.
they need help, and people who do a lot more important jobs get paid way less.
This is true.
Insert example.
This is true.
Teachers. I mean, most teachers. Some teachers.
This is true.
Not all teachers. Because I've experienced some teachers here of recently that they need to pick a different job.
Word.
I'm not saying all teachers. I'm saying these.
No, I know.
In particular, teachers.
Yeah, there's.
But
Yeah.
anyway, teachers is just an example of a lot of times they do not
They get the shaft.
they do not get paid enough.
They get the shaft.
They have to deal with our bratty kids.
Yeah, man, pay me if you want me to deal with that. They get the summers off though, so I don't have much sympathy for them.
Some of them work
They
year
get
round
paid
schools.
for 9 months.
Some people go year round schools.
This is true.
Somebody asked me the other day if I would ever homeschool my kids, and I'm like,
Heck no!
that's exactly what I said. It's
You freaking crazy?
that's what I'm saying.
There's no way.
I love my kids too much to do that.
Yeah, why would you hurt them in that way?
Well, you might be stepping on some toes. That's another podcast because
I'm talking
you
about
better
us.
research-
I'm not talking about
oh.
anybody else. I'm saying I know what would happen if you were with them all day, homeschooling them.
Oh my gosh,
You would hurt somebody.
I would. I really would. Or I'd be an alcoholic for sure.
She's like, we're in the second period. Hold on, I gotta do a shot.
Hang on.
Bell's gonna ring in a minute. Just do your ABCs again.
But Mom,
I'll be
I'm
right
a
back.
freshman in college or high school. I don't need to do my ABCs again. Just do them.
Just do your damn ABCs. I gotta run to Sam's.
Oh my gosh, that's too much. No, I could never homeschool. Nope. I can't imagine that at all. Nope. No, thank you.
No, man. God bless those people.
I don't even like homework. I think homework is stupid. I don't think kids should have homework.
Don't even get me in homework, man. You're
in
there that
high
long
school-
during day. I know you have to give it to them at some point, and you got to teach them
Yes.
time management and responsibility.
But not in elementary
But
school.
I mean, elementary school, they need to utilize the time a
I
little better.
100% agree with you on that.
But what do I know?
What do you know?
It was a pleasure doing this podcast with you
It
this
was
evening.
pretty random. Sorry I got
Thank
so
you for
heated.
being here. Hey, it's fine. It always heats up the closet really nicely when you get all worked up. So it was very nice. Thank you.
Cool.
That's all.
All right, bye.